Coming up on Mountain News this morning, state terrorist charges were dismissed against the man accused of murdering the United Healthcare CEO. And parents throughout eastern Kentucky are concerned about teachers posting offensive comments about Charlie Kirk's death to social media.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. It is 6 a.m. on this Wednesday, September 17th. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, fall is fast approaching, but it does not feel like it one bit, but I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah, I am too. I'm definitely enjoying the warmer temperatures before they're gone. I'm definitely more of a early fall girl, but the later fall, it gets cold. So let's kind of break into that forecast because we will not be feeling those cold temperatures just quite yet. Mixture of the mid to upper 50s for most of the region, and we do have some chances for some 60s as you're heading out the door. High temperatures for the day will be in the mid to upper 80s, so a little bit of a hot day ahead, but not too bad as those temperatures do continue to warm up as we head towards the end of the week. It's going to get hotter, but in terms of rain chances, still staying clear. Just looking at partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies with some fog, especially for our more southern counties. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. State terrorist charges were dismissed against the man accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Luigi Mangione appeared in court for the pretrial hearing in New York City. The 27-year-old faces both state and federal charges in connection with Thompson's death. That incident happened last December outside a Manhattan hotel. Mangione still faces second-degree murder in the state case. The man accused of killing Charlie Kirk had his first hearing yesterday afternoon. Tyler Robinson appeared before a judge by video and was appointed an attorney. Yesterday afternoon, he was formally charged with aggravated murder and other charges. Prosecutors say they found his DNA on the trigger of the rifle used to kill Kirk, and he confessed in a text message and a written note.
I am filing a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. I do not take this decision lightly. The roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
If convicted, Robinson could face death by firing squad. Some parents throughout eastern Kentucky are concerned about teachers posting what they call offensive comments about Charlie Kirk's death to social media. Parents in several counties say they were shocked to see teachers were posting and sharing comments they believe to be unacceptable.
My actual desire is to never read things like that from someone who has so much influence over our youth. It's like seeing that happen and then reading those statements from someone who can impart those views on our children.
Perry and Floyd County school officials have released statements saying personnel matters cannot be discussed publicly and no other information will be released. This morning, President Trump and the First Lady are in the United Kingdom for a rare second state visit to the country. Soon they'll make their way to Windsor Castle for a welcoming ceremony and lunch with the royal family. The president says he'll also discuss trade with Britain's Prime Minister. CBS News' Tina Kraus has more from London.
Soon, President Trump and the First Lady will receive a royal welcome to Windsor Castle for a historic second state visit to the United Kingdom. They'll be greeted by King Charles and Queen Camilla, along with William and Kate, the Prince and Princess of Wales.
My relationship is very good with the UK, and Charles, as you know, who's now king, is my friend.
President Trump's first state visit was back in 2019 with Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace. But with the London landmark under renovation, the spotlight shifts to Windsor with some notable changes.
There's no public access to the President and First Lady really at any point during this whole state visit. But at the same time, it's the full bells and whistles. The royal family, no pun intended, is the biggest trump card this government can play.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer extended the King's invitation to President Trump back in February. The leaders will sit down tomorrow for high-level talks, with trade topping the agenda.
The U.S. remains the UK's largest trading partner. Earlier this year, the two countries signed a framework to reduce tariffs on some products, though the UK is hoping for a deal to lower levies on steel and aluminum.
They'd like to see if they could get a little bit better deal, so we'll talk to them.
Overnight, protesters cast a shadow over the royal reception, projecting images of Mr. Trump and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein onto Windsor Castle. It comes just days after Starmer ousted the UK's U.S. ambassador over his ties to Epstein. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Today, the President and First Lady are expected to lay a wreath at the crypt of Queen Elizabeth II, and later tonight, they'll be the guests of honor at a state dinner. House Republicans have released their proposal to fund the government through November 21st and avoid a government shutdown at the end of this month. The 7-week state gap bill would buy more time to negotiate a broader deal. The plan is not bipartisan and contains no provisions that Democrats want. Most House Democrats are expected to vote against the proposal. If so, that would force House Speaker Mike Johnson and Republicans to deliver the votes on their own.
If one side refuses to negotiate, they are the ones causing the shutdown. Because again, Democrats are happy to negotiate. We want to have a conversation with Donald Trump and Republicans about things we've been talking about for months, like health care, Medicaid, and the cost of living. And the American people know this.
House leadership hopes to vote on the bill Friday before Congress leaves for a week-long recess. It's not yet clear when the Senate would take up the bill. If you receive money from the federal government, you've only got a couple weeks left to make sure you can get it digitally. The Treasury Department plans to stop issuing paper checks for most payment on September 30th. That includes the Social Security beneficiaries. It's part of the Trump administration's effort to fully modernize federal benefits payments, save money, and fight financial fraud. If you still need to receive a paper check, you can request a waiver. The U.S. Department of Education is out with an update on backlogs for student loan repayment applications. In a court filing this week, the Education Secretary said 305,000 student loan income-driven repayment plan applications were approved or denied in August. There are more than 1 million applications still waiting to be processed. As for applications for student loan forgiveness, 5,600 were processed last month, with more than 70,000 waiting for a decision.
We're still watching that dense, patchy fog this morning, especially in those valleys across eastern Kentucky. So just be careful as you are heading out the door. Adding extra time onto your morning routine is best recommended. Now, in terms of what we're seeing rain-wise, we're still clear this morning and will stay clear for the rest of this work week. Not seeing that rain really returning into the forecast until Sunday. Currently, temperatures are sitting in the mid to upper 50s. Some folks in the 60s, so not too bad as you're starting off your Wednesday. But this afternoon, we will see those temperatures hitting a mixture of the low to mid 80s. A bit hotter than you expect this time of year, as we normally sit at 79 degrees. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. With the uptick in video violence on social media, what are the impacts of having them so easily accessible to us? We'll have those details.